welcome. Welcome to Homekeepers. Oh, I'm so glad to be here and happy that you're there. And whether you're a new visitor to the program or a regular, you are so welcome. And it's going to be a good program today. I've already taped an interview with Kristine Hartland, and she is the founder of Peace Wealth Management Incorporated. And so we're going to talk about money and maybe a little bit from a girl's perspective. I think everybody's interested in money to some degree, and I want you to watch when we do begin to talk that she made these particularly for the homekeeper woman. And there's tips for financial peace at home for the single woman and also one for the married woman. And we'll send you these at no cost if you will write to us, so that'll be coming up. I just wanted to prepare you for that. And also, Stephanie's in the kitchen. We're making some ham and cheese, mini quiches. They're little tiny things that you can make rather quickly to just have them for hors d'oeuvres or whatever. So before I go join her, I want to remind you that we are viewer supported. And if you would take note of our address and our 800 number, that is one way you can do it. And we appreciate it so very, very, very much. That's the way I can keep bringing Stephanie to you.
Oh, yes, because I cost so much.
With her fan club and her expertise in the kitchen. So thank you so much for all you have done and for what you will do in the future. All right, we're gonna talk about money with Kristine, and you learned a lot about money. What, in the last 3 years, 4 years?
Yep.
And that's what we want to do. We want to help the gals.
Yeah, I always think, gosh, if only I knew all that back, like when I first got married.
Truth?
Oh, things would have been a little different.
Oh yeah, but I really believe you get down and you get your family around you and you start teaching these kids and have some family meetings.
Oh, most definitely.
Family financial
I agree
meetings.
Completely. A lot of people think the kids shouldn't be involved in the finances, and I could not agree less. They should be involved in all of it so they understand.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to start putting this.
You have ham pieces. You already sprayed the pan.
Yep.
And so you're going to spread the ham pieces out amongst the
And this is not mini. The ones we did do are mini, so you'll see.
And I have 4 eggs, and I'm going to put in a cup of whipping cream.
So I'll just take this as far as it'll go in these big ones.
And then I also have some green onion I'm going to put in here. Make sure I get it all out.
And we're supposed to put some red pepper jelly on them.
Yeah, I melted some for you to put over the top when we get to the ones that are done.
Oh, you melted it?
Yes.
It's a good idea. Since these are supposed to be mini, shall I just do this mini and this one? And it's got a little whipping cream in, and I have to watch it because I could just sit and drink whipping cream.
Oh dear.
And then you put the cheddar
cheese in. I've got salt and pepper here that I've put in with my eggs and cream.
And these only bake about 12 minutes,
Yes,
so you can
so
see.
easy. This will be great for a brunch. Or breakfast, you know, on the run. You make these, put them in baggies, and you just take them with you.
And we have some finished.
Yeah,
Aren't those just the cutest things you've ever seen?
I'm excited for the red pepper jelly.
Yeah. I'm going to take one out. I'll get one for you and we'll put a little.
Oh, thank you.
We sprayed this really good, but also you want to go around the edges a little bit with a knife, because
these are so easy. I just love easy recipes.
Well,
for too long I tried to make it too hard. You know, I was trying to be so fancy, and my husband didn't like most of the meals anyway, so.
He didn't go for the gourmet stuff?
You know, he's just a meat and potato kind of guy, and he doesn't mind it simple either. Okay.
And then those go in the oven for just 12 minutes?
12 minutes.
What, about 350, I think? And the mini ones are so cute and so perfect for just a
Okay, fingers.
We're good.
Okay, that really makes
That gives it a kick.
right there, red pepper jelly.
Red pepper jelly.
Yeah.
But they're good without it.
You want this recipe. For sure.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
yes, sir.
good. Okay, and the red pepper jelly has a little kick at the end. It does.
Sneaks up on you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
Oh, that's good.
All right, these are called ham and cheese mini quiches with red pepper jelly glaze. We'll be glad to send it to you if you would like to have it. And that information's coming up on the screen. And after that, I really hope you'll sit down and listen to Kristine. She is really a gift, and I think you can learn a lot. So stay with us.
If you would like a copy of today's recipe, please send your request along with a gift of $5 or more to Homekeepers, P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758.
All right, Chris has been here before, and so good to see you again. I don't know anybody that's not interested in money. Well, there's a few, I'm sure. There's a few. But it is necessary evil.
I think not everybody's interested in all the details behind money, but everybody wants to know it's there when they need it.
And that's why they come to you for the details. But before we get started, she brought a gift to you gals, okay? Preston, let's put the address up, because we'll send you this at no cost. I would encourage you, if you can, to send an offering. We'll get it to you. But Chris made this for the Homekeepers viewers, and it's 10 tips for financial peace at home for the single woman and for the married woman. This is so good. What a surprise when she walked in the door. So the address is on your screen, and that's the way you get it, by writing to us, and we'll be glad to send this out. Quite honestly, as nice as it is, and it's kind of fun too, it could save your financial life. There's no question. So thank you for that. It was just such a neat surprise. All right. How did you ever get into this field? It hasn't been too many years, or maybe a decade or so ago, that it kind of was a man's world.
Well, it was a gift of my husband.
Really?
Yes. I was a commercial real estate broker. I had been doing that for 10 years. And when he asked me to marry him, shortly thereafter, and when we were engaged, he said, "What would you like to do? Would you like to stay home? Would you like to go back to school?"
What a wonderful man.
Isn't that a gift? He's a wonderful man. And I said, you know, when you're a kid going to college, that's a point of stress. Of trying to figure out what you want to do. But after, this was 10 years later, after school, and I had a chance to think about it, and I said, I would like to go get my licenses to do securities, because I don't know how we learn how to make a living and not how to manage our money. And I just felt really strongly that I should have known things that I didn't know 10 years after I'd been working. So,
but it's not too late.
It's never too late, as long as we're still here on earth. Don't think we'll need money in heaven.
Right.
But as long as we're still here, we're, you know.
And Jesus and a lot of other people in the Bible addressed it more than once. 2,200
verses on money and possessions in the Bible. It is a major topic, yes.
Absolutely, and it taught us too, I didn't know it was 2,200, but it taught us how to do it, and what to do with it. Now, I think that, through my mom's generation, maybe some of mine, the guy had the checkbook and made all those decisions. What is your practice like? What kind of a mix is it?
I have married couples, I have single men, and I have single women. I have widows and widowers, I have divorcees, I have every combination you can imagine. And it is a little different when you're single than when you're married. That's why the tips are a little different.
Yes, that's wonderful for the, and single women need to think about it. They really do. Now your goal is to be orderly, systematic, logical, and biblical. I just love that that's where your foundation is. If I came to you, that would be important to me.
Well, I think whenever someone's advising you, you want to know what their worldview is, because their advice is going to be accordingly.
I think there's so many ways we can go. If you want to build wealth or you want to talk about retirement, what we're hearing about retirement in the United States is a nightmare as far as the articles that I read. What's it like in your business? Do people actually give it some thought and get a plan going?
I would say that's the #1 reason people come to us, is that they are preparing for retirement. They're preparing to no longer get that paycheck. And my heart's desire is to see people have something to be working toward, as opposed to something they're trying to get away from. You know, they've just been working a long time, maybe they're burnt out, and they want to know, do I have enough? And they have a 401k, maybe they have an IRA from a previous job, they have a savings account, maybe they have some stocks, and they want to kind of see it all together in one place and say,
no clue what's in it, right?
Well, some people have come to me, they've never opened their statements. They said, would you open it? I'm afraid to look. So, you know,
my goodness.
I understand that, because there was a time I was afraid to look at the scale. So I think it's a similar feeling.
Yeah,
sometimes we're not wanting to deal with it, but they get to the point where they're thinking about retirement and they want to kind of pull everything together and say, I don't have a pension, or I don't have a big enough pension. I've got to figure out if all this will work for me. And while some people might know the rate of return on their investments, they haven't really figured out, with all the nuances in their life, whether they still have a mortgage to pay off or kids are still in college, if they have enough in their nest egg. So that's largely why people come to us. But the interesting thing to me is, you know, retirement's really not biblical.
You're right.
It doesn't talk about retirement. But there are different stages and different phases and different times of life that we're called to do different things, right? There is a season for everything. And when God is calling you to something different, I am confident. He is Jehovah Jireh, and I'm confident in His provision for us. So if He's called us to do something, He's certainly given us the resources to do it. I can say I have never gotten my tax money from a fish, but I know that it's there somehow.
It could happen if you need it.
I believe it could happen. It just hasn't happened for me. But I believe that we can figure out how to take the resources God's given us, and sometimes there's resources He will add to it miraculously, and get us going where we want to go. So I know when we created our tagline, aligning your resources with your mission, what we were really hoping is that people would come to us with their passion of what God called them to do, and that we would figure out how to take those resources that they have in order to support that. But Arthelene, you know what I found out? Very, very few people can articulate their mission. Very few.
Boy, I bet you're right, and that is so sad. That's really something to think about. I'd like to think about that a while for myself.
I think this might be your mission, Arthelene.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I want to put your website up, because if you live in the Tampa Bay area, that's where Chris is located. Does this kind of thing go across state lines? If somebody in California wanted to contact you,
I am licensed right now, I believe, in 9 states, and California happens to be one of them, New York, New Jersey. And the reason that happens is, 1, because people move, and 2, because we do a lot of estate settlement, and people will come here. My aunt in Florida passed away. I live in New Jersey. And so we'll help settle an estate, and they said, you know, we'd like to continue on with you. So really, in my business, it's a matter of paying fees and filling out paperwork, and so I just add the states that that I'm called to work in.
I think it would be so wonderful, and I'd like to do my part on this program for grandparents and parents to really begin to educate children when they're young. I know I remember my first bank, little piggy bank and all, but when they're really young, if you teach them to tithe, to give to the Lord, and to save a percentage, and I don't think it's ever too early to start thinking about that retirement. I have heard wonderful statistics. If a kid with his first job just put a few dollars away when he's 65 or what, he's far more than a millionaire.
Yes.
If you did that consistently.
$100 a month from age 20 to 65 with the reasonable rate of return should be over $2 million.
Over $2 million?
Starting young is definitely
I live my life
key.
Over.
So starting with those piggy banks is kind of a big deal. I know my kids, we had 3 banks, just like what you were saying. One bank was to put money in for long-term, saving up for something. One bank was for spending. You know, I think that is part of what you should do with your money. You shouldn't hoard it, put it all in, save it up in the silos, and part is to give away. So no matter what your income level is, no matter what your age is, those 3 things should be part of your spending plan.
Now, you know what scares me about people with your position? When I come to you or some kind of financial planner, you're really looking out for me, or do you have a product to sell?
Yeah. Well, first of all, Arthelene, we've met before. I'm really not that scary. I do have products to sell, but I happen to work as what's called an independent financial advisor. We don't make markets, which means we're not buying and selling out of our own account as a firm. I work with LPL Financial, so they're the #1 independent, and I have nothing in mind when I meet you. I'm not having a particular stock or bond or annuity or mutual fund or ETF or anything in mind. I've got a lot of licenses, and one of the reasons I do that is so I have the opportunity to explore a broad array of different options for you and figure out what's best. So I like to think that while I have biases, because there's companies I like to work with and things like that, we've tried to set up an economic model to work with clients in a way where our biases really are not moving away from your interests.
I love Dave Ramsey. I just think he has been a blessing, and we've offered his book here several times, Total Money Makeover. But he said that your planner should be educating you. Is that a goal you have, that when you're dealing with someone like me who knows very little, but saying the girl does have a little capacity to learn here, so we're going to teach her?
Well, I think that knowledge reduces risk. The more we understand, the less chance that somebody's going to take advantage of us. I think it's very important to have transparency and education as part of the overall program. But you give it to people in bite-sized doses that are pertinent to them. So it's not like, here, read this plethora of material. It's like, this might be good for you. And some great investment advice has been, don't invest in anything that you cannot understand. If
Wow, that's good.
Somebody can't explain it to you, so it makes sense to you, it's probably not a good thing. Now, it might be worth learning a little bit, but if it still doesn't make sense after you've heard about it and tried, then I think I'd move on.
Now, how do you deal with a person that comes to you maybe in their 20s and they have a modest amount to begin with, someone in their midlife, and then someone like me, getting toward the end with 8 great-grandchildren? You're not going to, I hope that you would treat anything I give you very, very conservatively, that I don't have time to play games. Am I right about that?
Well, everybody has a different risk tolerance, and it's not always based on age. I think you'd be I think you'd be surprised that I have some clients in their 80s that they kind of go. But we don't do that with their nest egg. So the first thing we do is, what is the amount of money that it takes to support you? And X amount. So if you have a money above and beyond X amount, then you can take some risk with that. But you're right, most people say, I earned this money, and more than I want you to make me money, I want you not to lose my money. So we are very cognitive of not taking any unnecessary risk or mitigating risk wherever we can, no matter what somebody's age is or what their risk tolerance is. And giving context to that. What I mean by that is, just knowing a rate of return isn't enough. For example, we might be very conservative in a CD at 0.25%.
Oh, yes.
But you can't live on 0.2. Most people don't have enough money to live on 0.25% interest. They have to spend their principal. So you don't want to get too risky to get the rate of return so they can live on it, but you also want to just figure out, what does it take for them to manage, deal with inflation, things like that.
How long have you been doing this?
Oh, I'm going on 24 years in another 2 months. Yeah.
Oh man, I bet that's been a learning and continue.
When I started Arthelene, we were teaching people what a mutual fund was.
Is that right?
I think most people know what a mutual fund is now.
Yeah.
So it's changed a lot in that time.
Yeah, I'm talking to Kristine Hartland, and her website is on there. Hope you take advantage of it. And the reason I ask you, 24 years gives you some kind of a basis. I mean, there's probably been a little trial and error along the way. And you mentioned a mutual fund. That's a group of funds. I know that if you lose some here, you might pick up a whole lot more here and that kind of thing.
It's a diversified portfolio, and it could be stocks and it could be bonds, but it's a whole grouping of them. And the manager's deciding what to buy and sell as opposed to owning an individual stock. And we used to draw pictures and map that out. Now most people in their 401k plan at work are picking from an array of mutual funds on their own. And that's why we're back to the education piece. We were not all, in my opinion, properly educated to make these decisions. And so it's very, very important that we get educated as soon as possible and that we make that part of the curriculum in schools.
Now, when it comes to stocks, do you favor the ones that have dividends?
Well, the great thing about dividends is you cannot fake a dividend. If you pay out cash, it's got to be there. So I have to say I do like dividends, but things fall in and out of favor. And what's happened over the last few years is you have to know if they're becoming overvalued because people really want those dividends a lot. You have to recognize that too. So when you say, what investment do you like? I'll first admit to you, my license plate on my car says invest in children. But when you talk about investments, it always depends. It depends on what you're trying to do. And there's good quality stocks and there's poor quality stocks. And there's times I like CDs and now's not one of them.
Oh my!
So, you know, it just depends.
I had a block of money so that I could get right to it in a CD in the bank, and it was 0.2 or 0.5. And I said to the girl, "Are you kidding? Are you really kidding?" I couldn't believe it.
Pretty soon they're going to charge us to keep the money there.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I had one more question, and that is, how do you evaluate someone when they come? I bet there's a lot of signals that you can pick up, and mainly what they're saying that can put you in the direction that is best for them.
You know what? It's the story they tell me.
Yeah?
People don't speak in equations. My job is a math job, but I try not to have to fill out the boxes. I want them to tell me their story. What's going on in your life now? How did you make your money? What are you trying to accomplish? If you had all the money that you could possibly imagine, what would you do? And learn about that person, and then you can really intelligently personalize their financial life, and as much as possible set it up on automatic pilot. But let me just say, we have to pay a little more attention than we ever did in the past, because lots of stuff is going on in the economy.
Exactly. And I'm sure that that you've seen it all. I'm also sure that you would not be in business after 24 years if you were not basically making a profit for people and guiding them in the right direction. And you know what? We are out of time. But I want to ask you, will you promise me to come back?
It would be my delight.
Okay, because I really, I always say we want to deal with anything and everything that affects the home. And that is anything and everything. And certainly the finances, because boy, life is a whole lot better when your bills are paid and you're putting a little money in the bank. I think that's God's plan for sure. So stay with me. I have a couple things to say before we have to say goodbye.
Arthelene would like you to keep the following information handy. You may contact Homekeepers by writing P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758, or go to www.rippy.org. Remember, we always enjoy hearing from our viewers, and we thank you for your support.
I hope you found that very beneficial, and I hope to have Kristine come back. And if you would like to, send us some questions that you would like for us to ask her, that would be fine. And let me remind you again, she surprised me by bringing in this advice, 10 tips for financial peace at home for the single woman, which is a whole lot different, than if you're married, and also for the married woman. And this is brought to you by Arthelene Rippy and Homekeepers. That is so great. So if you would like one, that address is on the screen. Just write to me, and we will get it out to you. I know that it's probably been a blessing when Stephanie and I have talked about, their efforts to get on a solid financial plane. And I'm telling you, the things that are going on in America today are destroying finances right and left. But don't forget, King David said, I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging for bread. And when Carmen was here for a telethon a couple years ago, he said something that really impacted me, that as ambassadors for Jesus Christ in this world, it's the one who sends you, who supports you. And so my suggestion is to bring into the equation the Lord Jesus Christ, the teaching of the Bible, and so forth. And I believe that you can get your finances on track. I've read disturbing, very disturbing statistics about people in their 50s and so 60s thinking of retirement, and they've got their credit cards maxed out up to here. They have very little, if anything, in saving. And so, as it has been said, people plan more their vacation than they do their long-time financial life. So that's the reason I bring these kind of people to you, that knowing that if you can get your finances straight, you probably sleep a little bit better. And the interesting thing is that the Bible really lays it out. There's a lot of financial information in the Scripture. And the one that I like to go back to very often is in Malachi, where he said, if you tithe, if you give 10% to my kingdom, and usually that's your church, 10%, he said he would open the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing that you couldn't contain. But also, this is what a lot of people don't remember. He also said that when you tithe and you give and you're generous, he'll rebuke the devourer. And friends, I've lived long enough to see that devourer in many forms come and take finances from the children of God, because we are held responsible for the way we handle every part of our life, and that certainly includes our financial life. And so it's my wish and prayer that you would prosper and be in health as your soul prospers. We are out of time. Please join me next time. There's no higher calling than that of a homekeeper. God bless you.
If you would like a video copy of today's Homekeepers program for just $19.95, call 1-800-229-0059 for credit card orders, or send a gift of at least $19.95 to Homekeepers, P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758. Be sure to note the program number which appears on your screen.